Okay, so here is the directions on how to play the self-regulation game via Google Slides. Once you have opened up the file for this game in Google Slides, made a copy, which would then save into your Google Drive, you can open up the document and there'll be instructions on how to play. And then you want to go to slide 5, which will be your main game board. This is what you'll be reverting to throughout the game. Have your students decide on what color pawn or piece they want to be, as this will be what is moved throughout the game. I've provided a link which you can just click on, free roller dice, so students can play this completely online if they wish to. Let's see this one, they got a 2, so if your first player chose pink, 1, 2, we'd move 2 spots. Okay, alternatively, you can also choose to use your own dice. I sometimes like to use this so I'm not just flipping between tabs each time. It kind of makes the game go a little bit smoother, but if you're playing this completely virtually with students via Google Meet or Google Classroom, using the virtual dice might be a good option for you. There is the option, you can actually click through to the question card by keeping this in edit mode, which is what we're in right now. We're in edit mode where you can see kind of all the functions of Google Slides right now, or you can go into slideshow mode. If you go into slideshow mode, you will just click and it will come down to your question. You studied hard for a test but still got a bad grade. What emotions make you feel and where do you notice them in your body? Students will then give an answer. You would click onto flip card and there you will have some answers. Of course, as with all social skills, coping skills, behavior management, all that kind of thing, these answers are just suggestions, and some of the responses that your students might give might be a little different than what has been outlined here. These are just going to be really a guideline for you to then judge whether or not your student gave the correct response. Once they have answered the question, you can click to return to main game board and you'll see we're on here. But on this case, we can't move our pieces because we are in slideshow mode. So you will simply just select escape on your actual keyboard and it'll bring you right back into edit mode. This way your next student can roll the dice, whether it be the digital dice or your own physical dice. And you do, with Google Slides, it's a little bit different than when using PowerPoint. You can actually navigate to the chosen slides within edit mode just by clicking on the link within. You can see the links just come up right there. So it's a little bit different than in PowerPoint. I preferably like the look in slideshow mode. It looks a little bit clearer. Students can read the answers and the questions a little bit easily, sorry. So I preferably prefer to be in slideshow mode when we're actually reading and answering the questions. If your students, say for example, pink rolls 2 and he also lands on pink rolls 2, where have we gone here? I didn't even move him. Okay, imagine pink rolls 2 and he also lands on question 4. If the previous person who landed on that square got the question correct, then pink gets that square for free. If the previous person got the question incorrect, pink would then get an opportunity to answer it. And that's one of the rules too that I put out in the how to play, is that if your student does get a question incorrect, they then miss their next turn. Okay? And so then if somebody lands on that square and that question has been answered incorrect, nobody's answered it correctly, they will then have to answer it.